Hi guys, what are we gonna do today? Today we are gonna make these cute orbs. Look at how cute. I promise these are not like the 12 pointed stars. These I could make a lot of. They are so much easier. They probably don't look like it, but they are. And we even came up with a great template you can use. Let's get started. So the first thing you're gonna need is paper. So you can use a pretty cardstock, you can use a heavier weight paper, you could even use a book paper like we did. We've used a lot of different things. But you're gonna need some paper that you wanna use, and you're gonna need a template. Here's your template, and you can download this at the bottom of the video where it says see more. Click on that, and then we'll have a link to this download. You need these 3 pieces, that's all you need. So, I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna show you what I did that worked really, really well. So first you cut out your cardstock or paper template, and then I glued it in between 2 pieces of my thin mount, which is a heavier plastic. So you could use anything you want, even a chipboard, anything you can think of that you might have would work really well. After you've made your heavy template, and however you wanna make that, I used a heavy piece of chipboard, and this is pretty heavy duty, and I wanted to make my own custom scoreboard to make this easy if I wanted to make lots of them. So when I lay this flat on here, I drew around my template with a pen, and it slightly indents in my chipboard. And the more I'm using it for scoring, it's indenting a little more, and it's working really, really well. So after I drew my lines, I laid this over and used some clear tape and taped it there and there and there. Made sure it lined up perfectly on top and on here and on here and on here. And now it looks like I just have a little door that flaps back and forth. So this is something you can use, you don't need to use, but I wanted to put this in case you're gonna make a lot of them. This worked really, really well. Whether you're using this or not, you will need a template, and this is the template. So what you will do is cut 3 pieces of cardstock or whatever paper you are using, and you're going to cut them 2 inches by 10.5. So after you've cut your 3 pieces of paper or cards, I'm going to show you how I'm using this one, and then I'll also show you how you do it if you don't do this, but you do need some sort of a template. When I lay this in here at the bottom of my page, I can just fold this in, and it holds it down nice and tightly, and then you're going to take some sort of a scoring tool, whether it's a ballpoint pen that doesn't write anymore, a stylus, whatever you have. I am going to score. I'm scoring this round one and this round one, and I'm using a heavier cardstock, so I'm doing it a couple times on here. Now this line up here, you have this little tab. You're literally going to score all the way across, but you don't need to. You just need to know where your tape line is going to be. You're going to be taping these ends together. So when I open this up, you're just going to fold that whole piece. I really want you to see how I'm putting this together and the parts of it. So what I'm going to do is normally I wouldn't do this, but sometimes with score lines, you don't see them really well in a camera. So I am going to also draw my score line so that when we're putting this together, you can see how I am lining this up. And I'm going to do this with the other 2 also. Now, if you didn't want to make one of these, you're still going to use your template, and you are going to just lay it on top and still score around it. I'm going to score on these 4 half ovals on the sides. So if you weren't going to make a template, you could literally just copy these 3 onto the back side of a paper. You could run through your printer. So you have your 3 strips on this sheet of paper. Now don't assume these are cut lines, because they are not. And so if you just printed it on here, maybe put this on a piece of cardstock and carefully score there and there and there and there, and then straight across here. So this top score line, I'm gonna fold across on all three. What we're gonna do next, you want to fold these in. And what I like to do is start at this corner right there. You're gonna wanna fold in where your score line is. So I like to start at the corner and the corner to make sure I've got that, and then I just bring it in. This corner and this corner, and I kind of just squeeze these two together and it rounds it nicely. This corner, and then that one. And there we go. Let's do that with all three of these. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my glue stick. So what we're gonna do next is we are going to use a glue stick and glue stick this folded edge under the other edge on two of these. So before you do that, kind of open these up a little bit so they're a little straighter again. And let's just grab two and glue them together. And you can use any type of glue, or you could use double stick tape, whatever you would like. So I am gonna put the glue on the top of this folded tab, and it is going to go underneath. Let's hold these two. So we're just gonna do these two first. Here is my first one. You can see my half circles, and they're on the outside. It looks like there's a big empty diamond in the middle. The second one, I'm gonna bring down and put it in, so these pieces, you can see how they're lining up here. And that's the reason I drew them. I wanted you to see that. And they're gonna move around a little when I put the last one in. The last one, you're gonna want the one on the outside going vertical and the one on the inside going horizontal. Then you're going to take your last piece, put it through the horizontal one there, the side right there, and you can see how that is. And then around this side, so you're going over the top and through there. And then we are going to glue this here. Gonna glue stick this. So after it's glued together, the one thing you need to do, and this is probably the trickiest part of the whole thing, and it's not even that tricky, to move your half circles on these outside where they're visible. There they are here. There they are here. And the one you really probably need to fidget with is the one we just did. So you can see I have all these facing on the outside, and you're gonna see here. Now all we're gonna do, this is the easy part, is push that in, push that in, push that in, and you're gonna do this with all 6 of these. And look at that, voila, was that easy? Wasn't that easy? Literally, so you can just download the template. If you don't wanna make the fun little template scorer thing, you don't need to, but you know what we're doing now, and you can see with colored paper how pretty this is. But we also did quite a few of them in book paper, which was really, really fun. I thought maybe we could spray them with a spray adhesive, some mica glitter, and in the little corners of the openings, you could put little lights and hang them on your string of lights. That could be fun. Maybe, like the 12 pointed stars, put a little card with someone's name and put it on their plate, hang them from a ceiling, put them in a bowl. Doesn't everybody need a bowl of balls? Guys, whatever you do, hope you try this out, but have fun.